You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you already know what we're doing. Let's just jump into it immediately. Oh, but before I start, of course, the link to this tier list will be down in the description below if you want to fill it out yourself, feel free to. Or, of course, you can leave your opinions in the comments below for me to judge and critique. You know, while you're down there, there's another button you could press that would help me out a whole lot. It would really mean a lot if you pressed it. Starting off, of course, with your standard door. They're easy, they're fun, they get the job done, and they're probably what you're gonna see most of. They are pretty boring on their own as far as doors go. You can paint it, dress it up, make it look all nice. But considering some of the other doors on this list are able to just show up as they are and don't need anything to be cool or interesting, that's gonna cost it a few points. I'm going C tier. Next up, screen doors. You get to let in the breeze and the sun without the bugs and insects that usually come coupled with it. And it makes it easy for pet owners who need to wait and see when their pet wants to come back in from going outside. The problem comes in when the screen door is the only door you have. Because I know for some people, they only have a screen door for, say, their backyard. Because then the sunlight really isn't a choice of yours whether or not it comes in. Along with the drifting gaze of anyone else who may or may not be outside your house. But it is just the backyard, so it's not that big of a problem. I think I'll also give this one a C tier, but above regular doors, just barely. Doggy door, immediate A+. Need I really say more? Revolving door, another A+. Again, need I say more? What other door can you get the same kind of thrilling experience as a revolving door? None. Except for maybe the doggy door whenever the doggy is coming through it. But that's really about it. Sure, some of the other doors give different kinds of fun experiences, but not the kind of roller coaster thrill you get out of a revolving door. And I will not be taking notes. Next up, pun intended, attic doors. Now I know some people may be a little creeped out by these doors, but I would argue that's a plus. Also, they're not always creepy. I'd say you've got like a 50-50 shot between them being creepy and whimsically fantastical. It all depends on the context of the house you're in. I mean, a door-stairs combo, it's a very unique experience that a door gives you, so it gets some serious bonus points. I'm going A tier. Sliding doors. These are a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, I do agree with some other people's opinions that they can be a little frustrating, but it really depends what kind of sliding door you're dealing with. Are you dealing with the really loose, quick inside doors, or the really firm, heavy outside ones? Because I've had some pretty good experiences with sliding doors that are more so access for the outside and therefore are a lot sturdier and don't really slide as much. But I've also lived in a house for many of my early years with one of these exact kind of sliding doors that really don't want to stay fully closed. But there is something really sleek and nice about them. I love a door that can take up little space, you know? That's a big plus that we don't really always see very much of. And sliding doors are kind of the epitome of not taking up very much space. So, going with extremes on both ends of the spectrum, I'm gonna go with top tier C. Barn doors. Ugh. They have their place, and I don't think it's inside of a house. It's like the fun of a sliding door, but without the fun and double all the problems mentioned before. Plus, like other people have already mentioned, no privacy at all. And I know from experience, one time when I was sick, I had to quarantine in an office with a blow-up mattress. And that office had a big old barn door to close it off. And it was not private at all. I could hear everything going on in the living room just outside. Also, they only really fit one specific aesthetic in a house. They are not a universal fit. Pretty much every other door on this tier list, except for maybe one other, can have a place in pretty much any house if given the right makeover. But not this one. Definitely not this one. So for being nothing more than a glorified curtain, this is going in the F tier. Hidden doors. Another safe A+. I think we can all very easily agree on that. There is nothing cooler than a hidden entrance in a room. It doesn't matter what you put behind that room, I will love it. We need more secret entrances. If I'm ever super rich, I am definitely putting more than one secret entrance somewhere in my house. I can guarantee you that. And now, for the final door, we have whatever the hell this thing is. Now, on one hand, I will agree, this door is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty sick. It opens in a very interesting way. But Practicality-wise, I feel like this is a serious issue. I mean, you don't usually open a door so it's flat against whatever wall it's opening towards, right? You either open it just enough for you to leave, or at the halfway point. And because that works, we're able to put doors up against corners for a lot of rooms, especially bedrooms. But this door demands that you have an entire door's worth of space immediately off to the side that it opened towards, no matter what. Which means there are plenty of homes where this door just would be impossible to have installed. Also, in these videos, how the hell do you open the door from the other side? I'm sure there's a way, but it seems like it would be a little weird since it doesn't fold into the wall, it folds next to it. And if you're on the other side, then it's folding into the wall on the other side, so you have to kind of just reach your arm around or something? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not smart. It just seems like it introduces a lot of problems we don't really need to worry about. This might be a bit of an extreme example, but this kind of feels like the Cybertruck of the doors, you know? Feels like it's trying just a little too hard to be the future, and while yes, it introduces a cool idea, it doesn't really solve any issues, and in fact introduces new ones that would need new solutions made to fix the problems that wouldn't have existed if we just hadn't invented it in the first place. D tier. And there's my tier list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, genuinely. Like I said at the beginning of the video, a link to the original tier list will be available in the description below if you want to fill it out yourself. Go right ahead. Of course, I'll also be leaving a link to Ice Cream Sandwich's original video that started this whole thing. Binging his videos recently is what really made me want to go back and make my own version of this. And with all that being said, bye.